Hello, hello. Welcome to Showing Agent 101. Super excited to be getting this Showing Agent list and program together for you guys. This course shouldn't take too terribly long. We'll knock it out fairly quick. Just want to cover some basics so that you know and understand what our experienced and top agents are expecting when they do hire somebody for a showing agent, either ongoing or for the day. So let's dive in. So the role of a showing agent. In this role, your client is the buyer's agent. It's a little bit of a shift in thought, obviously, but so the clients are already won over. They already have an agent. You're assisting that agent. So if they are unable or unavailable to show properties to an active buyer that they have, they may seek out somebody in the office to help out with that. They'll get paid, and then it allows the buyer's agent to continue with whatever they had planned for the day. The clients get to see the properties they were hoping to see. You get paid a little bit of money. It's a win-win-win. So why would you want to be a showing agent? Really, there's two reasons. We already touched on income a little bit. We'll circle back. And then experience. And while being a showing agent is not a opportunity to generate business or to generate clients, you get a chance to get out in the market and experience it firsthand, see these homes, understand why they cost what they do and why that same home in a different market might have a different price. You just really get to know these areas, architectural styles, and the real estate market so much better. And then as you continue doing this, you're going to gain confidence and be able to serve your clients at a higher level. As far as pay, so that really varies. At KWE, we do not have a policy on what that looks like. That is entirely negotiable between you and the buyer's agent. Just be sure that you are both on the same page up front about how much that compensation is, the method of payment, and then when you can expect to be paid. To get these showing agent jobs, there's really three ways to do that. And your first step is that you are here. So getting on that showing agent list, I am going to be sharing this out to all of our agents who are in production so that they have access to it. So they don't have to go looking for somebody. They just know they can go straight to that list and pick a number, pick an agent. So we're trying to hit the easy button on that one for our agents. And then the next way you can try to track down one of these jobs is to post in the Facebook group, let people know that you're available, or you could take it a little step further and reach out to agents directly. You know, pay attention to who's getting those quarterly awards, who's knocking it out of the park every month, and who's our top 10%, who's our top 20%, and ask them if they need help. So we're going to run through a few expectations when a buyer's agent hires you as a showing agent, what their expectations of you are. Appropriate communication, we're going to talk about prepping for showing day, etiquette, feedback, and then this should say COVID because I worked all those pro tips in throughout. So appropriate communication. So again, we're going to touch on that your client is the agent, not the client. So as I mentioned before, being a showing agent is not an opportunity to earn a buyer client. The agent that hired you has already won that opportunity. They may already have their buyer's agency agreement in place. Even if they don't, though, that is if you were to attempt to take that client or to work with that client above and beyond the scope of what you were hired to do, that's what we typically in the business call poaching or stealing clients. And that's not something that we're okay with as a company or that the hiring agent will be okay with at all. And that's definitely probably one of the quickest ways to get off of the showing agent list. So be respectful of that relationship with the buyer's agent and their client. Don't follow up with the client. Don't ask for their contact information. Be sure to always edify the buyer's agent. Always lift them up. If the buyers tell you something that the buyer's agent said, and it may seem incorrect to you, it may not sound right, whatever that might be, don't say anything contradictory to that. Don't call them out. Just always lift up the buyer's agent at all times. If they said something that's of concern to you, mention it to the agent, mention it to Janine, our designated broker, but don't mention it to the clients. And then also with that edifying the buyer's agent, if they say something like, I don't know, they give a reason as to why they're not looking at a different property, or really anything the buyer's agent says, just support that no matter what, for the most part. Okay, then the last one. So this is going to happen sometimes maybe, and sometimes the buyer's agent may not be into this, but a nice touch might be to request an introduction between you and the buyer's agent, just so that they understand who they're going to be meeting with, kind of break the ice a little bit. I think that might make a little bit more of an enjoyable day for everybody. But again, not everybody will be on board with that, but it's a nice touch. On the day of, well, I guess not the day of showings, but leading up to that, you're going to want to pull up the properties that are to be shown, take a look at them, print them off if possible. Be sure that you're communicating with the buyer's agent on if she or he are reaching out to you directly with the properties the buyers want to see, or if you're going to be in communication with them about that. So just get some clarity there, pull them up, print them off if possible. If you don't have the HomeSpotter app on your phone, download that so you can access the MLS on your iPhone or Android. And then, so with these properties, know enough that you can answer basic questions, but you don't need to know everything. Just know enough. Be sure that you do very carefully read the showing instructions and follow them. If there are renters in the property, they do have the right to 24-hour notice. So be sure that you are planning ahead for that. Make sure you know your route, set up all of your showings in showing time. Some agents will put in the remarks not to set up showings in showing time. I don't know how they're managing it, but respect that, give them a call, text them, whatever it is that they say to do to set up that showing. But once you have that confirmed, I would still put that request in showing time because it is a COVID requirement. So the day of, be sure that you check Waze in the morning, check for construction, accidents, anything that's going to maybe potentially make you late so that you can adjust your schedule to get there on time. Pull up those properties again and make sure that they're still active. A lot can happen overnight. And I would even recommend giving the listing agents a call and confirming that they are in fact available and that they don't have 25 offers and they're just trying to figure out which one they're going to take. So that would be really helpful for your morning. Also, make sure your phone is charged and update your Super app. Periodically, you need to hop in there, just open that up and it needs to update. With etiquette, be on time, don't be late. Make sure that you show up and you look professional, in dress, in odor, in behavior, in all of the ways. Be professional. You are a representation of the buyer's agent and, as always, a representation of Keller Williams. Be courteous, respectful, and kind. Be sure to take off your shoes or wear booties if that's, if that's what the sign says. Respect that. Follow all COVID protocols. And then be sure to check the MLS and see what they say about lights, fireplaces, all of that kind of stuff. If it was on when you got there, do they want it left on? Do they want everything turned off? Just take a look at that. Shut down the house appropriately. Make sure all the doors are locked, double check that they're all locked, and then be sure to put the keys back in the lockbox and then check again that the front door is locked. Did I mention that you should check that all the doors are locked? Okay. All right, so the next thing that the buyer's agent is going to expect from you is feedback. They're going to want to know everything. How did it go? Was there anything that the client said in specific about any of the properties? Do they want to see any of them again? Are they interested in more information? Will they maybe write an offer? Share all of that. When you're with the clients themselves, be sure to ask those questions. What did they like? What did they not like? With that, be sure that you're not doing it in the living room or on the front porch. There's so many recording devices nowadays. It's best to get closer to the street, your car, maybe even at the next house. Ask for their thoughts on the last one. But ask them questions and then make notes in your phone of what they had thought. I usually do that when I do open houses. I just keep a running update after every single person who went in, so I have all my notes squared away and don't have to remember later. And then again, share all of that with the buyer's agent. Send them a report similar to how you would with an open house. Get that off to them within an hour at the most. If you could get that out to them, as soon as you pull away from that last house, pull around the corner, park, send that off, the sooner the better. And then if you enjoyed that agent, if you enjoyed how they do business or just their personality and working with them, let them know that and let them know that you're available. And maybe next time when they need a showing agent, they're going to reach out to you directly and you won't need to be looking for those showing agent opportunities. Also, quickly, I wanted to touch on the COVID requirements. There is a maximum of 6 people in the homes at all times, including yourself. So 5 clients plus you, and you do have to be in the home at all times. So you can't stand outside and let 6 people into the house. You have to be one of those 6 that are inside the property. Face masks are required, non-optional. You must wear one, and all of your clients must wear one as well. Maintain social distancing, touch surfaces as little as possible. Maybe you're opening the cabinet doors with a bleach wipe. Maybe you're handling all of those kind of things, closet doors, all of that. Minimizing any sort of contact. And then again, just a reminder that even if the listing agent requests that you reach out directly to schedule showings, just put it through showing time too, since that is an MLS requirement. And that's it, you guys. Biggest things with a showing agent: respect that relationship that the buyer's agent built with their clients. Follow up, ask questions of the buyers. Be sure to report all of that information to them. Follow up quickly after your showings with a report to the buyer's agent. And happy showing. If you have any questions, as always, reach out. If you didn't know, this is Robin Hooper. Let me know what I can do to help. Bye.